Good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? Today's review has now brought us here for a much more up-close and personal encounter with the limited production 2012 Fiat 500C Gucci Edition. Our review today has brought us here to Q Fiat, a division of Q Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, here in Irving, Texas. And with all of that being said, this is going to be a complete and in-depth review of the Gucci Edition, and this does entail a complete startup and overview of the engine, as well as a good look at many of the limited edition features that have been added on to both the exterior as well as the interior. And so, bearing all this new information in mind, let's go ahead and fire up the engine, see how she runs. Instead of the normal Bianco Perla exterior as you might find on a standard 500, Gucci themselves have come out with their own two signature exterior colors. This is Gucci's custom pearl white exterior as seen here, and you also have the option of Gucci's custom pearl black exterior as well. To keep in theme with the signature exterior, Gucci themselves has lined the interior with their own special leather trim. Comes with the Avorio white dashboard with matte black finished trim pieces, signature Gucci embossed headrests, as well as Gucci embossed center leather trim with the watermelon color combination stripe. Absolutely flawless sounding little motor. It comes with the standard 3-spoke leather wrapped steering wheel. Hardly any resistance in the wheel overall as the power steering is extremely smooth. You also see the two-tone black leather accent at the top with the white color contrast stitching going around the entire interior rim of the steering wheel. This Gucci Edition Cabriolet comes with the electronically controlled 6-speed automatic transmission with manual shiftability on the side. The small beeper that you just heard is there to indicate that the vehicle's door is still open and that the vehicle has been put into gear without the door being properly closed. You can also see that the shifter knob has been engraced with the brushed aluminum style trim that many of the exterior and interior trim pieces have also been finished in as well, along with the signature Gucci custom logo. Beautiful. Your window controls are located here in the center. Hold on a second, there we go. The business end of this 500 still sports the traditional 1.4 liter multi-air inline 4-cylinder engine that cranks out 101 horsepower and 98 pound-feet of torque. EPA fuel economy estimates for the automatic equipped 500 Convertible Gucci Edition are 27 miles per gallon city and 34 miles per gallon highway on regular or premium unleaded gasoline. And now let's see about a couple of revs of that multi-air inline 4-cylinder and see what kind of soundtrack she produces. A little bit of a slow deceleration on the revs, but still. Absolutely flawless little 4-cylinder motor. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and turn on the headlights, fog lights, as well as the hazard lights as usual. And now let's take this opportunity to explore the special exterior of the Gucci Edition. The 500 comes standard with heavily chrome bezeled halogen projector headlights, with signature 500 engraved insignia. Unlike the black painted version of the Gucci edition, all this silver exterior trim has been given a brushed or matte-like finish, versus on the black version, in which that has all been replaced with the traditional chrome as seen around the badge here. The Gucci edition will only be made in a limited thousands number, probably around 2,000 or 3,000 units to ever be made. The Gucci edition comes with its own signature set of paint-matched 15-inch aluminum alloy wheels, again with the paint-matched inserts, and they can be color-matched to the car, as with the white wheels here, and of course you can expect the same for the black version. LED turn signal indicators. It's got a full black retracting convertible top that retracts that retracts in both directions in 3 separate stages. It will retract to a sunroof-like position to about here, then it will retract all the way back to this rear spoiler here, and if you would wish to retract it even further, it will go all the way back and reveal the entire interior of the vehicle, and the same goes in the rear position. Matte silver finished exterior mirrors. Very bubble-like shape. Very reminiscent of the early Fiat 500s, or Cinquecentos as they were known. You can also see the bicolor Gucci stripe with the pink here in the center and the green exterior stripes. It's got full rear parking assist with 4 sensors that line the rear bumper of the vehicle. This Gucci model also sports the sport oval exhaust tip versus the standard vehicle, which has a very small round tailpipe. You can also see more extensions of the matte silver finish trim. Despite multiple opinions of this car being mainly related to a more feminine side of the automotive industry, it certainly has to be said that Gucci has really done a wicked job on this car. And even with all that being said, while we're here on the exterior, let's go ahead and show you the convertible top in action. Got our handy tripod all set up. And let's just give you a quick overview of the vehicle with the roof down. Now, despite many argumentative opinions that this vehicle is not a full cabriolet, judging that by the fact that the roof line actually still exists, there actually is another version of this vehicle that is a very rare edition called a Jolly, in which it does become a complete full convertible. However, for the mainstream market, there is the only C version in which it just retracts the center cloth portion of the roof. Now, one thing that was described very vividly to Fiat owners of all varieties is, despite the convertible top being down, many would think that that would prohibit access to the trunk. But what's special about the 500 is that if you go to access the trunk, you simply press on the trunk latch and watch the convertible top. And then it will pop the trunk for you. So the convertible top has actually been given kind of a smart feature hidden into the touchpad in the trunk that will retract the convertible top up to its window and wing kind of position and allows for the user to gain access to the trunk even while the vehicle is running. And with all of that being said, let's go ahead and now explore the interior of the Gucci edition. As I said, it's the custom Gucci white and black leather with the traditional green and pink watermelon color stripe. Both the driver and passenger seats are fully manual adjustable, as you can see by the levers down here at the bottom. You've also got custom Gucci engraved side sill plates. And all of your conveniences, with the exception of the power windows, as you can see here, are all located in the center console. Neither of the windows are automatic, they are manual in both directions. Now, as I was explaining earlier, you can see that the convertible top has been retracted to its rather sunroof-like position, or at least where it can display the window and the upper wing, including the third brake light. Now, if you close it, you'll watch as it stops sort of halfway and retracts to a more sunroof-like state with the mesh wind guard still retracted. Then you just push the button again to close it all the way. Simple as that. As far as interior build quality goes, it's just about the same as every other Fiat 500, with the exception of this Gucci leather. It's quite firm to sit on, and it almost feels like the exact same material that Gucci makes their signature sneakers out of, but at the same time, it feels very nicely screwed together. You've got the cloth watermelon color stripe, as I've mentioned multiple times before, as well as the two-tone color contrast leather, and it's all very nice, and it adds a much more luxurious appeal to the vehicle. You've got a driver's armrest here, again wrapped in the white leather, very plush and very nice to use. And one of the things that many people would complain about in a small car such as this, or even things like a smart car, is the fact that you have somewhat little legroom if you're quite tall like me. Whereas in fact, that's completely wrong, because as you can see, my feet can firmly reach the pedals. I've got plenty of legroom despite how far back the driver's seat is. And even so, headroom is also not a problem. It's the signature lounge trimmed gauges, the central tachometer and speedometer around the outside, full hands-free Bluetooth and radio and cruise control settings on the steering wheel. Does also have the sport button, which changes your throttle timing and shifting capabilities to provide for a little bit more of a performance-oriented driving experience. We've also got Sirius satellite radio.
We ain't take mix, baby. Hip-hop station.
You can also have the ability to mute the radio. And you also have your different menu selectable settings when going through things like the satellite radio setting and also the iPod auxiliary input. You've also got front and rear defrosters, as well as a dual zone climate control system with one stage heated seats for both the driver and passenger. Again, you can see your fog light controls as well. Comes with automatic air conditioning. This is a single zone system, excuse me. Your fan controls are here on the right, circular section here, as you can see, and also your different temperature controls on the right. It is a little bit warm in here, so we'll go ahead and turn it down just a tad. Full air conditioning recycling, as I mentioned before, front and rear defrosters, and also your different climate zones. Overall, the interior is actually quite nicely put together, as I mentioned several times before. And with all of that being said, let's go ahead and turn off the engine. Fold up the signature Fiat flip key. And let's go ahead and explore the rest of the features of the Gucci 500. Go ahead and lock the rest of the vehicle. Now, as you saw, I opened the trunk earlier, but we'll just give you a look inside, give you a look at the spaciousness. 50/50 split fold seats. And with the convertible top in place, you can see that there's not necessarily a whole lot of trunk space compared to its coupe version, but also all the same, you can still fit a sizable suitcase or any other things you may have back here. Signature cap fuel filling system, standard on many vehicles nowadays. As far as creature comforts and safety features go, well, as far as safety features go at least, you do have dual front impact airbags, side curtain impact airbags, and also side impact airbags as well, for a total of 7 airbags. The Fiat 500 has actually become one of the most top safety picks as far as 2012 vehicles go, losing out to only a couple of other vehicles by the competitors. Now, right now, we're not actually going to try to squeeze ourselves into that back seat, but as you can see, there is room for 4 passengers, although it is more recommended that small children sit back there in things like car seats. Still, it's quite a unique looking vehicle. Certainly an excellent addition to the Fiat 500 collection, and it's certainly anticipated when the Abarth comes out too. Wonderful. So viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the 2012 Fiat 500 Cabriolet Gucci Edition. If you have any questions regarding this particular Gucci edition, or any of the others that you might have seen in the background of this video, please feel free to contact Q Fiat at Q Fiat USA, in which you will be switched to fiatusaofdallas.com. And until then, viewers, have a great day, and I will see you guys later.